Hi everyone, my name is Kevin Storr. I'm a first year student at the University of Notre Dame, and I'm here today to discuss my research paper. In my research paper, I analyzed how the formation of social media rapidly transformed the way that people viewed their personal privacy. Do people even have any privacy now in 2015? That was a question that I really asked myself as I was starting my research. So quick question, how many of you guys have Facebook? Over 1 billion people today have Facebook accounts. Sorry, Steve. So before we start talking about social media, it's really important to look at the world before social media, and that goes back to when phones were coming around. So it was really initially thought of as a phase. So looking at this quote, this telephone has too many shortcomings to be seriously considered as a means of communication. The device is inherently of no use to us. As we know, cell phones have been growing of utmost importance. Now, 6 billion, so now today there's almost 6 billion people who have cell phone subscriptions. So now, a few decades ago, telemarketing began. So what telemarketing is when phone companies, or not phone companies, companies have access to your home phone numbers, and they'll call you, usually around dinner time, trying to sell you their product. So this is basically considered the first form where people's personal privacy was at risk, because people's home phone numbers for the longest time was just their own. But now they have access, other people have access to their numbers that wasn't usually the case. So how do people react to this? In my research, I found that many people who usually viewed home phone calls as very important and would answer right as it rang, now viewed home phone calls as not very important, often letting it go to voicemail. So from my personal experience with telemarketing, when I'm at home and the phone rings and we see on the caller ID that says unavailable, my mom or dad will yell, "Don't answer." So now this is really where social media picks up. In 2004, Mark Zuckerberg founded Facebook. Its original audience was us, college-age students. Its purpose, it was to connect college students to their campus. It was definitely a huge success. So this is what a basic old Facebook profile looked like. It had very basic information on the side, a profile picture, and a search bar where you could look at your friends' information. But then, before 2006, to go from profile to profile, you had to actively use the search bar in the top corner to search your friend's name, and then go to their profile to see what they've been posting. But then, in 2006, Mark Zuckerberg made a very strong move by updating Facebook to include what's known as the newsfeed, which is a quick summary of basically what your friends are doing, where you can also see types of pictures and statuses. So people, while their privacy did not inherently change, since before 2006, the information was there, and then after it was still there, the access is what changed, and that caused what people to view their privacy at risk. So when you were posting in, let's say, 2005, your views would not be that great. Maybe some friends would check in to see what you've been posting, but now with the newsfeed, it's much more easily accessible. So people really updated the way that they posted on Facebook due to this change in the newsfeed. So this is what a current Facebook profile looks like. It has a few pictures, it has your statuses, your friends, and your photos, and it's very easy to see a quick bit of information about yourself in a short amount of time. So another great aspect of Facebook is the groups. So in this example is the Notre Dame Class of 2019 group, in which there's a search feature. So basically, many of you, I assume, are in this group. In this feature, you can find a member. For many times, I've learned someone's name, even just their first name, and using this feature, I'm able to find their profile, and judging by their mutual friends or some connection, I can draw a quick connection to see who they might be and find out a lot of information about them. 89% of 18 to 29-year-olds have Facebook. So what are the implications of having Facebook and other forms of social media? It seems like every once in a while, you hear of a story about a person posting on the internet and then it coming back to bite them in the butt. So in my research, there was vast amounts of information of this happening, where high school students applying for college would make a post. Let's say they were being recruited for sports, and then their future coach saw this and dropped their bid to the school. Another example I saw was a woman who called into work one day because she was unable to look at a computer and do her job. I think she had a concussion. So in this case, she was later fired because her boss saw that she had been posting something to Facebook. Another interesting thing that I found through my research was back in the day, there was a much stronger divide between the workplace and the house, where you go to work and you do exclusively work things, and you go to your house and be with your family and friends. But now, in the social media era, the line is blurred. They're interconnected. So why is this important to 18 and 19-year-olds? Sorry, Steve, you don't fit this. So users on Facebook, especially college students, need to realize that their posts are very visible. Most people have about a few hundred friends on Facebook who are able to see every picture and status that they post. Not only that, but coworkers and bosses will be your future friends on Facebook. So you might think that I'm suggesting that everyone should just delete their Facebook and go off the internet completely. No, I'm not suggesting that. I have spent months of my life off Facebook, and the pros outweigh the cons. You have so much access to information on Facebook and other forms of social media that it'd be absurd if that went away. Because it would really go back in time to, let's say, 10 years ago, where social media was just starting. But there are some solutions where you can really limit how much you're out there in the world. So, for example, Facebook has different default privacy settings. You can make your posts accessible to anybody in the world, your friends, friends of friends, and any combination of that. So what I suggest is that you take a look at your privacy settings and see who even has access to your information. Then you can change them. By putting access to your photos and stuff to only your friends, the audience that can see your pictures and information is much smaller. Also, one study suggests that you should limit your amount of friends on Facebook. Maybe you shouldn't throw the friend request to your coworkers or bosses, because nothing really good can come out of that. But then also, while you can really limit what you post, let's say you go out on a Friday night and take a lot of pictures and you don't post them to Facebook, it's really up to your friends to also do the same, because there's no real measures in Facebook's policy statement to delete pictures that you don't like if it's just your opinion of them. So really in the future, what you guys need to focus on as your professional lives continue is to just take care of what you do and hope that your friends do the same. Thank you for your time.